Hello guys, welcome once more to the channel. So today we got this package and it's for the Roxor. You can see I have a couple of boxes there, and we'll go ahead and see what we have in this first package, which I have in front of me. It's very nicely done, well packaged. So we'll fast forward here and open it up, see what we have inside. So just for a little spoiler, I was browsing online and I realized this company called Cecco Racing. Cecco Racing, Cecco Racing. They have come up with a product for the Mahindra Roxor, and I was interested to test the product. So I went ahead and did an order, and it came in super fast, much faster than I had expected the thing to be shipped. Was shipped over the holiday weekend, and I got it actually, I believe, 1 or 2 days ago. So this is what it looks like, and just for additional detail, this was released, I believe, just last week. They make two different types of these D-ring holders. You can put in your clevis there, or a D-ring, and use that to get your vehicle pulled out or pull other people out from ditches or when you're out in the trail. So this mount to the front bumper. I've also seen this mounted to the rear from the Jeep people. You can see how well it's made. The construction is solid. It's heavy. Those welds are very well executed, and it just looks beautiful. Very hefty, and I really like the quality of the welds. So I went ahead. Long story short, I ordered this last week, just before the holidays, and I think it was like on Wednesday, or like the 3rd of July, and within we had the weekend in between, and the 4th of July, which was a Thursday, but I got it pretty quick. So these are the D rings I'm gonna be using with these mounts. These are actually almost an inch, almost an inch. So let's try there. I think they are 7/8, and I have another one to the right, which is a 3/4 of an inch. But as you can see, it's gonna work. So I'm happy with that. Initially, I was worried. These are quite big, actually. So if you mount them with on your Roxor without, let's say, bigger tires or maybe spacers, it might look a little goofy, with the roll cage looking big on top and then the vehicle looking little on the bottom. So those ones are 3/4 inch D rings, and I believe the ones I have are a size up, and then after that you have an inch. So I will go with the orange one. They look really nice and they fit on the mounts. So that's the one, and that's what the final product will look like. I'll just go through some of the steps I had to go through to make that happen. So, but I really like the way it turned out. So the first thing I did was take off the bumper, and once you take off the bumper, you realize there are actually 4 mounting holes on your frame. They're all threaded, and they come with a nice glob of grease in there, so you don't really have to put any additional grease. So I tried mounting them like this because I didn't feel like drilling my bumper today. So let's see how they look. I went ahead, mounted them. You notice I have those large nuts behind those fittings. Well, that's just to act as spacers, because without that my bumper rubs on my tires when I take very sharp turns. So there we have everything mounted on the left side. We'll do the right side now. It looks pretty solid. So I put everything on and I drove it around for a little bit. But I just didn't like the look. It just looked too much like a project. Which it is actually. It's a project, an ongoing project. All Roxors are, all Jeeps are. So sorry about the loud engine idling. Yeah, I took it for a test drive, and as you can see, I still haven't finished with my windshield. Still have to figure out how to get windshield wipers mounted. I haven't finished with the hookup of my indicator lights, so I still have quite a bit of work left to be done. But the doors, I used some spray paint and then a clear coat, and I did it over the course of about 2 or 3 days, during which we had very bad weather, rain, windy conditions. But given that I used a spray can, I think it looks okay. I still have the nicer paint, which I'll have to take to a professional shop to have everything painted correctly. And the internals for the doors, I haven't put those. So this is how it was going to look like. As you can see, I had a lot of reservations. I didn't like it. So, well, with that being said, I decided to take the Roxor out for a spin. It's been a while since I haven't driven the Roxor around. I still have just about, I believe, 206 miles as of today. So I haven't been driving it much. So I'll take it, make a few turns around. And I have the race dynamics variable tune, which you can shift on the fly. So I'm not very sure. I think the stock Roxor will still have quite a bit of get up and go in it, but I don't think as much as what you just saw there. So yeah, I drove around a little bit. It was a nice weather, so had a little bit of fun. Then I finally decided I had to have my bumper in place. So I went ahead, drilled 4 holes. All what I did was I took those attachments, put them on the bumper, marked where I had to drill, and after everything was said and done, it lined up perfectly with the holes on the frame. So I'm just going to show you how I did. This is just one. I'll just drill one here so that you have an idea. I've forgotten the size of the bit I used, but I think that was the biggest one in the package that I had. That might still be a little loud. I reduced the noise to 10%, the background noise, but it still sounds a little bit high. So don't forget to put a little bit of oil when you're drilling. Use your eye protection and take it easy. And finally, the drill bit went through. So there you go. And I got everything back together, mounted it, and I think this looks much more nicer. The bumper really covers up some of the mechanical parts, some of the parts you have underneath the front steering mechanism, so I think it just makes it look nicer. So I put my bumper back on there, and that's what it looks like. I think Cecco Racing, they did a very good job on those D-ring mounts. They look very, very high quality. They feel like high quality, and I think they will last a very, very long time. I'm not sure about the weight, the rating of those, but they look very solid. And these are just a few pictures of what the final product looked like after I had them mounted. I want to thank the guys at Cecco Racing. They had it shipped out to me really fast, and I am very pleased with the quality. I've seen this mounted to the back, to the rear of the vehicle. I have another pair of D rings, so I might be putting in another order to get a pair to mount on the rear of the vehicle, and put my other set of D rings back there. But if you are sitting on the fence, go ahead, make sure you get one of these, and I'll put the link below. Thanks for watching.